Infinite Crisis is in a tough spot. Its two biggest competitors, League of Legends and Dota 2, have grown so large that they're almost sucking all of the MOBA air out of the room. Not helping things is the fact that beyond its superhero trappings, Infinite Crisis seems very similar to those games. However, those willing to dig a little deeper will find that it's not just a copycat. It's the small changes that make Infinite Crisis distinct. The game's newest map, Gotham Divided, initially seems like just another tri-lane MOBA map, yet things like cars and strange glowing red rocks scattered throughout can be utilized in interesting ways. Heroes that choose super strength for their character may pick up these items and throw them at opposing players. The cars hit for a hefty chunk of life while the red rocks stun for a surprisingly long time. Certain heroes can even jump over vehicles, which is useful when you need to make a quick escape. The additional utility these objects provide offers a subtle twist to a familiar style of game. Another change in Infinite Crisis has a far more dramatic impact. In League or Dota, the most common way to earn money is by getting last hits, meaning you strike the killing blow on one of the small creatures running through each of the 3 lanes. Last hits exist here, but dead creatures also drop coins that can be picked up by anyone, which can substantially change the flow of the game. Heroes that mainly offer support, for example, can still become decent damage dealers since they don't need a lot of kills to afford key items. Like the objects on the map, it takes a while to get used to coin drops, but once you do, Infinite Crisis starts feeling noticeably different. Arguably, the strongest aspect of Infinite Crisis is how playful it gets with its roster. While there's a certain novelty in leveling up popular heroes like Batman and the Joker, the variations of these characters are even more fun. Arcane Green Lantern looks like he stepped right out of a Dungeons & Dragons player's handbook, and Atomic Wonder Woman is essentially Rosie the Riveter wielding a chainsaw. Mecha Superman, one of the 3 newly revealed heroes, left the biggest impression. He towers above everyone else, carrying a giant red shield, and an enormous gray S is plastered on his chest. The other new heroes, Green Arrow and Aquaman, are certainly more standard but can still dominate fights. Green Arrow is great at chasing down enemies with his range and enhanced mobility, while Aquaman can leap into the fray and deal tons of damage. Infinite Crisis has a lot going for it, but many of these things take time to appreciate. It isn't doing much to make MOBAs more approachable, but for those who already know what terms like jungle and carry mean, the game may be a new kid on the block that's worth paying attention to.